The war beneath the war. Hidden motives in the Middle East. Every war has two stories. The one you are shown, and the one being written in silence. Headlines speak of retaliation, of defense, of survival. But power rarely moves in anger. It moves in calculation. And calculation leaves patterns. Tonight, we follow those patterns. Because beneath the explosions in the Middle East, another war is unfolding. Invisible, strategic, relentless. This is the war beneath the war. Act 1. The fire on the surface. On the surface, the conflict centers around Israel, Hamas, Iran. Missiles launched, borders breached, retaliation promised. It looks chaotic, but geopolitical chaos is rarely accidental. Behind every escalation lies a question. Who benefits from this moment? Because modern war is not only fought with weapons, it is fought with positioning, with leverage, with timing. And timing is never random. When rockets rise, strategies are already in motion. Act 2. The shifting map. Maps are not just geography, they are influence. In recent years, something unprecedented began to unfold. The Abraham Accords reshaped regional alliances. Former adversaries moved toward normalization. A diplomatic earthquake. For some, it meant stability. For others, it meant strategic isolation. Because influence in the Middle East has long depended on division. And when division fades, power shifts. For Israel, normalization promised legitimacy. For Iran, it threatened the architecture of its regional network. So ask yourself, is this war disrupting diplomacy or resetting it? History teaches us something uncomfortable. Sometimes conflict is not the breakdown of order, it is the redesign of it. Act 3. The energy arteries. Now zoom out. Look beyond borders. Look at the sea. Oil tankers move like silent arteries across dark waters. The Middle East sits beside the world's most critical energy choke points. The Strait of Hormuz, the Red Sea corridor, the Eastern Mediterranean gas fields. Energy does not just power cars. It powers economies, armies, influence. If those arteries constrict, markets react. Prices surge, alliances tighten, rivals weaken. In the first century, energy is not just fuel, it is leverage. And leverage is the currency of modern power. Instability can damage economies, but it can also reshape them. Controlled tension alters global supply chains. It pressures competitors. It reorders dependency. And dependency is power. Act 4. The politics of crisis. War does something else. It transforms domestic politics. When nations face external threat, something shifts internally. Opposition softens, unity intensifies. Leaders gain extraordinary authority. This pattern repeats across history. Because crisis simplifies narratives. And simplified narratives strengthen leadership. That does not mean wars are manufactured, but it does mean wars change incentives. and incentives drive decisions. Stability preserves the system. Crisis reshapes it. In times of uncertainty, power consolidates. Act 5. The global chessboard. Now step even further back. This is not just regional. The United States maintains deep security commitments across the region. China expands economic corridors and diplomatic reach. Russia sustains influence through strategic footholds. When conflict ignites in the Middle East, it sends signals. Signals about red lines, about resolve, about limits. Sometimes a regional war is not a battlefield. It is a message to allies, to adversaries, to the future. And in the background, superpowers observe, adjust, reposition, because every regional crisis is an opportunity to recalibrate global balance. Act 6. Controlled fire. Here lies the most dangerous possibility. What if no major actor wants total war? Total war is unpredictable, economically devastating, politically uncontrollable. But limited conflict can be managed, measured, leveraged, a controlled burn. Enough tension to shift alliances, not enough to collapse the system. But history warns us, control is fragile. One miscalculation, one overreach, one unintended strike, and managed instability becomes uncontrollable escalation. The line between strategy and chaos is thin. Final reflection. So what is this war truly about? Territory, security, ideology? Yes. But also influence, energy, diplomacy, domestic survival, global positioning. The visible war devastates cities. The invisible war reshapes systems, and systems outlive headlines. Because geopolitics is not emotional. It is structural. It moves through incentives, through pressure points, through leverage. And once you begin to see those patterns, the world looks different. Conflicts become signals, escalations become strategy, and headlines become fragments of a larger design. This is not about choosing sides. It is about understanding power. Because the war beneath the war is the one shaping the future. Power rarely shouts. It whispers. And those who listen closely hear the real battle. This is Deep Terra, where we go beneath the surface.